I'm interested in the wrath of Grandma and Grandpa. You guys get beat. What were the consequences? What were some stories of them getting angry at you guys?
Yes.
You couldn't bring home a bad report card because, that was not okay.
What would happen?
Well, Grandpa would get really mad and not.
I never got beat over a bad report card.
I'm not saying I got beat over it, but I remember my dad being mad at me because my grades went down. In the beginning of the year, I had a pattern. First school would start, I'd be happy, yay, school, and I'd do great. Middle of the year would come, and I'm a little tired of school, not doing so good. End of the year would come, and I was like, yeah, it's going to be summer, so I would do better again.
It sounds like all Coens.
Is it? Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I never had. I think my parents at the point when I was born, they were beyond caring about my report card. Yeah, I was not a great student.
Well,
I was always the shows great potential, needs to work harder.
Handwriting could improve. Yeah. That was me. My handwriting is not so good. But one thing my mom was vigilant about with school is we had to do well on spelling. She always drilled us on spelling. I would come home with hundreds on spelling tests.
Is that because English is her second language?
Maybe.
But to answer your question, the big thing was the belt with my father. So
the wooden spoon with my mom.
Well, I've been hit by many things from my mom. But the belt was the harsh thing for my father, and the spoon was. I felt okay with the spoon. The spoon wasn't the most painful punishment from her.
I remember that one time Dad took you over. He pulled your pants down. You were butt naked, and But what was the reason why you got that beating?
I don't know.
But he didn't get mad like that so often.
No. But the thing that hurt. The thing that hurt the most was being hit with Mom's slipper, because it had like a heel.
No, you have to understand, this slipper was not a slipper like today's slipper. It was a shoe. It was made out of leather, and it was heavy. It was
Yeah, that hurt.
That would hurt. I never got hit with the slipper.
I got hit with everything. Although I remember Dad telling me a story about him getting hit in school.
By the teacher.
By the teacher. So the teacher would make you go outside and pull the branches, and then he would hit you with the branches. So my dad would go out and he pulled his branches, and he said he was about to get hit, and he put his book down his pants, and the teacher never noticed and just kept on walking. And so my dad was very proud of that. But that's, I guess, why he pulled my pants down when he hit me. He wanted to make sure I didn't have a book covering
no book hiding your butt.
Covering my butt.
Yeah. Well, I remember. I don't know. I for some reason I cursed my mother. I called her a bitch. She wouldn't let me do something or go somewhere, so I called her a bitch, and as soon as I did, her expression, like she let out such a and then I told her, I hate you. She said, you hate me? You hate me? She went to the drawer. She pulled out the spoon. She said, she came running out to me, and I went into my bedroom, and first I'm hiding under the covers. I'm like, no, that's no good. She'll find me. I'm looking for a place to hide. I go running into the bathroom, and I pull the shower curtain over. And of course, so she said, you think you can hide from me? You can't hide from me. You hate me?
Yeah, I've been on the side of a few of those.
Yeah.
So, again, I always remember my father being in the bedroom, my mother being in the kitchen, and it would be during the summer. We did have an air conditioner. We didn't put it on very often, but we had one. So there was a fan in the kitchen. So my mother stood in there, and she would walk around. She would be in her slip and an apron most of the time. And the big thing was, whenever she was hot, she made you feel her sweat. That was big for her.
Ich bin schwitzen. Pack mal an. Pack mal. No, she would take your hand and make you touch her.
I know you're sweating.
Sweat.
I got it. You're hot. But you used to have to touch her sweat.
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, lots of fun.
She never thought you looked like you didn't believe her.
I understand that concept.
You do? Okay.
So, we just can't believe how sweaty we get. And how hot. And how uncomfortable. And you should feel this.
Yes.
Because it's gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
Yeah, I wasn't so happy being on the other side of that.
But you would see the beads of sweat on her, but you still had to.
You had to feel it.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
See how it could have been?
I do remember playing games with my dad. We would play a game called Hit the Penny.
Yes.
That was so there would be, you'd
In
stand,
Fort Tryon Park.
you'd stand about 10 feet, 15 feet away from each other, and you'd throw a penny in between you, and you got points every time you hit a Spalding.
And you would know because the penny would bounce. That's how you get.
Or you would see it. Hit the penny.
Or hear it.
Or hear it. And
We played frisbee. Played catch.
one time, my dad played soccer with me once. That was pretty cool. That was special. That was down by the river. That was an experience. That was cool.
I think those brownies are ready.
But yeah, Mom never came to any of my stuff ever. So like if I was in a play at school or in a debate or anything, Dad would come, but Mom would never come.
Wow.
And even, well, you came. You saw me play football. You came with Dad once. Mom would never think of coming. So you and Dad came to one of my games.
That was in John F. Kennedy High School.
No, you went to Washington.
Oh, that wasn't in John F.
Yeah, you wouldn't travel all the way there. Dad, that was at George Washington.
Oh, okay.
So we played at George Washington, which was literally like 2 blocks away from our house. So, but you and Dad came to watch me. That meant a lot to me. The fact that Dad came and you came. Yeah, but Mom never came to one thing of mine. Did she come to your stuff?
No, I remember I was in chorus in junior high.
Where were you 4 years ago?
4 years ago?
Yeah, that's my chorus story.
Did she? I think she did maybe come to me performing in chorus once, but then she didn't come after that because we performed Christmas songs, and it wasn't ours. So then they didn't come again after that. I think it was one time.
Yeah, so like I said, she was. Yeah,
Why didn't she come?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't like she had other stuff to do. Watching people touch her sweat. I don't know.
No.
Did you speak English or German to your parents?
Oh no, we spoke English. They spoke German. They thought that we didn't understand German, but we've grown up around German so that we understood what they were saying.
I especially know the curse words in German.
And they would be there like whispering. And then one time my mother was talking to my father in German and didn't think I could understand. I was like right there. I don't remember exactly what the conversation was. But then I said something, like an answer to something she was saying to my dad. And she was like, how did you know what we were talking about? I was like, so then she was more careful about even talking German because she realized.
I could even tell you a different experience. So I thought they would speak German to each other and only English to me. So I would try to speak German to them. and then they would laugh at me because my pronunciation was so bad,
Yeah.
or my grammar, or
Right.
whatever it is, and they would just think it was the funniest thing, and I would like never try again. But yeah, but it wasn't like a harsh thing. It wasn't like, "Oh, you suck," but but he didn't encourage me to keep trying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I remember trying to learn how to speak it, because understanding it is different than speaking it. When you hear yourself say it, you don't feel like you're saying it right, you know.
I remember Yuri saying that he took German, or he tried to take German in high school.
I know Ruth
because he
did.
thought it'd be like an easy class.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, like anything else, there's conversational German and
Yeah.
proper German. Like, he had no idea what they were talking about, and he grew up in Germany, you know.
Yeah.
So he was like, "What the hell are you? That's not German, man."
No.